there is a story whispered through centuries. A story about a man who walks through hearts like a traveler through endless rooms. A story about the one they call Don Juan. Not the legend from old books, but the archetype that still breathes among us today. A man who shines brilliantly and disappears silently, leaving behind only echoes. He enters your life like a soft storm, gentle on the surface, powerful underneath. You feel his presence before he even speaks, as if the air thickens with promise, as if something electric has awakened. He smiles, and in that smile, you see the reflection of who you want to be, not who you are. This is his gift and his curse. He makes you feel extraordinary, chosen, seen, as if he has waited all his life to finally find you. And so, you open your heart, you open your world, you open your soul like a long closed window, letting in fresh air you didn't know you needed. But Don Juan does not come for connection. He comes for reflection, for the spark that proves to him that he still exists, that he is still wanted, still desired, still alive. His charm is not an act, it is a survival strategy, a remedy for an emptiness he doesn't dare to name. And so the dance begins. He studies your dreams, your wounds, your fears, your hunger for affection. He listens with an intensity that feels sacred. He mirrors your soul until his presence feels like destiny. He becomes your sunrise, your heartbeat, your secret joy. But all of this is only the first half of his pattern. Because when you open your arms, when you offer real closeness, when you extend true love, he begins to tremble on the inside. Feelings that root deeply terrify him. Intimacy feels like a storm that could swallow him whole. Commitment feels like a weight he cannot lift. Love feels like a mirror showing him everything he's missing. And so, slowly, quietly, he withdraws. One message forgotten, then two. A day of silence, a week of distance. The warmth fades, the sparkle dims. The fire that once danced between you turns to cold ash. You ask yourself, what did I do? What changed? Was it all a dream? But nothing changed in you. Everything changed in him. Don Juan fears the emotions he awakens. He desires closeness, but fears being consumed. He longs to be adored, but cannot tolerate true intimacy. He cherishes beginnings, but runs from anything that roots deeply. Because deep roots require a stable ground, and his ground is fractured, fragile, untouched by healing. Understand this truth. He does not leave because you lack something. He leaves because he cannot face the parts of himself that real love illuminates. His heart is like a room with many doors, but no windows. He enters, he admires, he rearranges, and when the air becomes too real, he slips out quietly and closes the door behind him. But you, left in that room, feel the absence like a knife. The memories glow like embers. The promises echo in your mind. The tenderness haunts you because it felt so real. And in a way, it was real for both of you. But real does not mean enduring. Real does not mean safe. Real does not mean sustainable. Don Juan loves in moments, in flashes, in fragments of sincerity. But he cannot love in continuity. He cannot love in depth. He cannot love where he must confront himself. You might think that if you had been calmer, or kinder, or more patient, he would have stayed. But Don Juan does not stay for anyone, not because he is cruel, but because he is wounded, a child of longing, a soul of insecurity, a heart that fears both closeness and loneliness. To love him is to love a mirage, beautiful, radiant, untouchable. He cannot settle because settling would mean slowing down, looking inward, facing the emptiness that has followed him like a shadow. and so he keeps moving, collecting hearts like tokens of proof that he is still needed. But no collection fills the void, no affection heals the wound, no devotion makes him whole. And you stand in the quiet aftermath, trying to understand why someone who touched your soul so deeply could disappear so completely. The truth is simple and heavy. You met a man who can ignite love, but cannot receive it, who can awaken passion, but cannot nurture it, who can reflect your beauty, but cannot hold it. He is a wanderer of emotions, a seeker of reflections, a captive of his own emptiness. And though he may return, he will leave again and again, because he cannot hold what he craves. He cannot stay where he feels vulnerable. But you are not a reflection. You are a universe, a soul with depth, with strength, with a warmth that endures. You deserve a love that does not vanish at dawn, a presence that does not tremble at commitment, a heart that does not bolt at tenderness. Do not shrink your light because his eyes could not bear the brightness. Do not silence your heart because he could not listen deeply. Do not measure your worth by a man who measures his life in fleeting moments. Remember this: Don Juan burns brightly, but briefly. You burn steadily, safely, honestly. And one day, someone will come who does not fear your depth, who does not run from your softness, who does not flee from your truth. Someone who sees your heart not as a mirror, but as a home. And on that day, you will understand that the one who left was never meant to stay. He was only a lesson, a catalyst, a shadow that taught you to recognize real light. May you rise, may you heal, may you reclaim every piece of yourself that felt abandoned. And may you never again give your soul to a man who only seeks the echo of himself.